Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video I'll be updating you on I Do. Sanam strips the new bride of her powers. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let's go. The new bride aims the revolver at Sanam and is shocked to find her mother standing in the way. She asks how can she be with her enemy when she is her mother. The mother remembers how Sanam told her at the dagger that she isn't asking her to go against her daughter, as she isn't even her daughter anymore, and has turned into a devil and started on a road that only leads to destruction. She understands. The new bride reminds her mother that being possessor of black magic, that she only taught her daughter there isn't anything that can destroy her possibly. Her mother asked her to revise and remember her lessons again, as she had only told her about the antidote to black magic too in her training. The new bride is shocked as she remembers how her mother taught her the black magic through a crystal ball for a motive that is good, and how she can change her destiny, and that this power might draw her towards evil, and her goodness shall be lost. And if it so happen, then she would destroy herself. She asks her mother if she is invisible now, and her mother says that as long as she has the powers, she would be invisible, but she shouldn't be overconfident, as time changes within no time, and hence she would be on her guard. Her mother also tells her that if she tries to go the wrong path, ultimately within some time, she would find herself creating her own destruction. She remembers being arrogant, saying that no one shall defeat her now. The mother says that there is one thing that can defeat her, and then shows her the crystal ball. That can strip her of her powers if she stares at it. She asks her mother to keep it to herself only, as she only trusts her with these balls, as she wouldn't ever possibly turn against her own mother. The new bride remembers this and tells her mother that she can't give this ball to her. Her mother takes it out and says that she hasn't and doesn't intend to give it to anyone, or Sanam too. She shows a pic of it to the new bride, and she turns around screaming in shock. She rushes out of the room, continuously asking her not to do this, as she is her mother and she can't take away this magic from her. She rushes out of the room with the mother and Sanam after her. She hides behind a sofa and covers her eyes with her dupatta, shortening them tight. She closes her eyes while her mother keeps trying to show it to her. Sanam tries to wrangle her grabs out, but the new bride gives her a push, and the both fall at a distance. The new bride gets out and angrily goes towards Sanam. Her mother tries to intervene, but she shoves her away. The new bride catches Sanam by the throat while she whines in pain and throws her back on the sofa. She takes a vase and hits Sanam with it, and Sanam dozes into unconsciousness. She turns around to find her mother gone. Just then, Sanam gets up from behind and pushes her on the ground. Sanam and the new bride gets into a fist fight and scuffle, where Sanam pins her head down on the floor, locking her hands, while the new bride struggles to get free. Just then, the new bride's mother shows her something in a crystal ball, seeing which she screams out in horror, desperately trying to wiggle free. Finally, the entire magic is drawn out and she drops unconscious. Sanam is shocked. The mother tells Sanam that evil has approached and she would have to break it to end all evil finally. Sanam takes the crystal ball and eyes it surprisingly. The new bride begins to move somehow and finds a knife kept on the table. She slowly staggers towards it with much difficulty, while Sanam eyes the ball in surprise. The new bride rushes and lunges at Sanam with a knife, but her mother comes in between and takes the fatal blow, much to the despair and horror of both the Sanams. Her mother falls on the floor, while the new bride is distraught that she plunged a knife into her. She then eyes the crystal ball in Sanam's hand. Her evil mind works yet again, and she cries to Sanam, saying that she has done a lot of wrong to her, and she would do just as Sanam asks her to do. She begs Sanam to spare her mother and let her be, as only she can save her mother. Sanam and the new bride get into a fist fight and scuffle, where Sanam pins her head down on the floor, locking her hands, while the new bride struggles to get free. Just then, the new bride's mother shows her something in a crystal ball, seeing which she screams out in horror, desperately trying to wiggle free. But then she finds her mother asking her not to do so. Sanam is reminded that her mother advised her not to give in to any pleas of the new bride, as she would try anything to get that ball back, but she shouldn't let the goodness get over her and forgive only that person who is worth forgiving. Sanam gets up with the ball. She tells the new bride that the mother who she didn't care for when she was alive, she would care much when she dies. She takes and grabs the new bride's hand and then makes her stand up and snatches her towards the corridor. Remembering her swear of revenge, she locks the new bride inside her room. Then she rushes back to the new bride's mother and then tells her not to worry, as nothing would happen to her and she would be fine. She picks her mother up. Meanwhile, from the room, the new bride screams out Sanam's name, distraughtedly asking her to open the door. Finally, she is able to do so herself, and in a daze, she comes out, trashing Sanam that she can't do this. Sanam and the Pierre Baba arrest the new bride's mother. The mother says that those who fear death want something from life, but she doesn't want anything. She says that her whole life she thought that the Lord wouldn't spare her for creating a devil like the new bride, but she is happy that having helped her made her lessen her sins. Sanam says that no mother is good or evil, and she didn't do anything wrong, and she just trained her daughter, who then put it to wrong use. The mother wishes that the Lord had given her a daughter like this Sanam, and she is happy that once again in her form, the good shall fight and win over the evil. She breathes a huge relief and then dies. Sanam is shocked. The Pierre Baba prays for her. He reminds Sanam that she should leave this war now. She says that maybe the new bride is stripped of her powers, but that's too less a punishment of what she did to her heel. She says that she doesn't want the new bride to regain her powers back ever, and hence she shall finish the devil today and give her such a punishment that no devil dares to separate lovers again. Sanam stands at the top of the cliff, remembering the fatal day that she lost her heel, with the crystal ball in her hand. The new bride comes and says that she knew she would find her here only, where her husband, her love, breathed her last, and that she too would die here only. She says that till the last move, win or loss can't be decided, and that she played a nice move. But Sanam couldn't outsmart her, as she is habituated to life now and doesn't need death. Sanam turns around and smiles at her, while the new bride points a gun at her. The new bride tells her that she can spare her life if she decides to give crystal ball to her. Sanam asks if she actually thinks she would beg for her life, being scared of the revolver as she is mistaken. since that Sanam isn't alive anymore. She says that she doesn't understand the power of love, hence doesn't know what happened that night, and that the Sanam that loved life and wanted to live life with Ahil is dead since Ahil died, and had also thought of committing suicide and be with him forever, but then thought that this would hurt Ahil and his soul won't rest in peace till his arch enemy, the new bride, doesn't lose terribly. She says that hence she had resolved to live on and that she shall ruin her. The new bride asks if she actually thinks that she can still kill her, and what if her powers are captured in the ball now? She would have to destroy them to defeat her, and that she won't let it happen. Sanam says that true lovers can do anything, and maybe she can't kill her, but she won't let her win, as she is her enemy and will lose life, but not her enmity. She says that to make love reach its true destination, she would avenge again and again, and every time someone tries to keep lovers apart, a Sanam would come along. She says that her death isn't the new bride's win, but her life is her defeat, and that if she was a human, she would still be able to live, but being the devil, she would live miserably stripped of her evil powers. She says that the Lord does hear even if late, and that some stories are meant to be incomplete, to be fulfilled later. She says that maybe for her story too, the Lord has done something similar. And what if her life isn't complete with revenge? Someone would come, and when she leads life miserably, she would remember Ahil's torture. And then someone would come along who would torture her so bad that she would beg for her death. And then it would be time for her to pay for her sins. She says that this last wish of hers shall be accepted by the Lord. The new bride is astounded while Sanam smiles. She starts retreating backwards. Sanam says that her parents were tested along with their love, and that her love too had to face the test of time. But now is the time for doomsday, when everything ends and destroys, and from its ashes shall start a new beginning. Saying so, she takes one step back as her whole life flashes before her until she reaches the last stretch of the land and then jumps off the cliff, taking the ball with her, much to the new bride's horror as she lets out a scream. The new bride gets disgusted, thinking that Sanam can't do this, and that she can't live like this, a mere mortal, and that when she finally won after much struggle, she can't lose her powers, and Sanam can't do this. She thinks that she might have gotten Ahil, but she will not let herself be the victim of the loss from Ahil and Sanam's story, and that she doesn't accept this fate landed out to her. She too gets her entire story back to her in a flashback as she eyes the cliff. She progresses towards it. The new bride is distraught. She then stands up determinedly and resignedly lets herself take a free fall too down the cliff. But before she can, she is stopped by a person who turns her around, and the new bride looks at her shockingly as he takes off his sunglasses. He flirts with her, saying that she got beautiful eyes and that they shouldn't go to waste. She then asks him to let go as she doesn't want to live like this. He says that life is God's greatest gift and they shouldn't be returned, and a person shouldn't lose before losing, and that the game is always on. The new bride says that he knows nothing about her life and turns to go. He says that he wants to know about her and her life. She turns and asks who is he. He says that he is Nessa, the person who changes destiny, and says that when he has held hands, he shall have to be with her, and that there is some mystery which draws him to her, and there must be some wounds too, but there is no one that can't heal with time and his company. He promises to be with her always and then proposes with a scleech on one knee. The new bride thinks that life gives many opportunities, and this chance she accepts, as she would start afresh once again and regain all of her powers. She accepts the proposal and he kisses her hands, extremely happy, while she too smiles through tears. This is annoying, really. The good ended up dead, and the evil got her life back, got proposal back, got marriage instantly. Thank you for watching.